Good morning and welcome back to another edition of The Source, People with Purpose. I'm Katie with First Source Federal Credit Union, and today I am joined with Amanda Abbe, also with First Source Federal Credit Union, and we're going to have a fun conversation. The topic today is about adulting 101 and what that looks like. I don't know, Amanda, think back into your late teens, early 20s, just starting to adult. Depending on your situation, you may have been pretty knowledgeable about finances, or you may have not been knowledgeable at all, or you may have just simply not cared. My parents tried to instill in me good values and good practices when it came to financial habits, and I knew a little bit here and there, but I was, much more worried about who I was going out with that night, right? I wasn't concerned about these things. And today, we have a lot of folks who feel like they are getting that knowledge and they are understanding what's going on, but they're getting it from their socials. So how much of it is really correct? So today we're going to kind of just break it down and say, all right, let's pretend that you just finished high school or your high school years. You might be going off to college. You might be going into the military. You might be starting a family. You might be taking a gap year, traveling, whatever it is that you're doing, starting that first job. How can we help? Where should these kids even start?
I think the primary thing for people to think about is to find a place that you trust. And a credit union is a really great place to start. It's an organization that, especially ours, First Source, we are very much education-based, financial literacy-based. Everything that we're doing is really for the members to get them to the next step in their life. So really finding a place that you can trust, because like you said, you see financial education everywhere, and there's a lot of different takes on the best way to do this, spend this, buy this, do it this way, and that may not always be the case. So if you've got a source that you can go to really understand what's going to be the best option, that's the best place, especially if that's the organization you're looking to maybe take your first loan from or any future loans. They can really get you set up with
Absolutely.
steps for the next
Starting
piece.
to build that relationship. You talked about financial literacy. I'm going to take it a step further and say that a lot of financial institutions, us included, really are now focused more on that financial wellness piece. So it's that whole journey. I mean, we've got to remember that these guys are starting out, but this is going to be for life. This isn't something that is just a task on your list that you cross off. You've got to be able to manage your finances, your whole life. And so what I do like is that we offer, Bonsai and Enrich, two financial wellness platforms that are free for anyone. You don't have to be a member of First Source. You can just go right to fsource.org. You can go to our resources page under educational tools. You can jump right into Bonsai. You can jump right into Enrich. And these are places where you can start your own financial quizzes. You can learn about your relationship with money. You can kind of figure out what you need, what questions you have. And a lot of times that's where people want to start, right? They don't necessarily want to come in. They want to do it over chat, or they want to do it themselves, self-paced. And so this offers that opportunity. But then when they're ready to take that next step and possibly, become a member of the credit union, we offer so many things that they can take with them. Simple things like, let's talk about our checking account, right? We have checking rewards. A lot of places don't offer that, and our rewards are not what you would think. Can you talk a little bit about what we offer that's unique?
Well, I think one of the exciting items that we're about to offer is that roadside assistance. So that's something that is really beneficial to any and all members. And I think that something for people to keep in mind is to ask about what those rewards are. For anything that you have, what am I not using?
Absolutely. There's so much out there that places offer that people don't know to even ask to be able to utilize. To your point, checking account that has roadside assistance. It also has rideshare protection. If you're, in an Uber, a Lyft, something like that, and something should happen, just by having our checking account, you're going to get protection in that situation. There's cell phone protection. If it's lost, stolen, broken, any of those things. We have over 30,000 surcharge-free nationwide ATMs, but if you need cash in a place that we're not included with, you get $5 reimbursed per month if you happen to pay an out-of-network fee. Just little things like that we really want to take care of our member. But my absolute favorite is the telehealth piece. Just knowing that we have a no copay 24/7 telehealth. You can pick up the phone. You can do a virtual call. So this is perfect for that 18 to 24-year-old. You may be leaving home.
For sure.
You may be going somewhere that you don't have a primary care physician and you need immediate assistance or a therapy session, whatever that looks like. We offer that just by having a checking account. That's a huge resource for these kids.
Absolutely. The next generation really is looking for is all of the ways to leverage the things that are available to them. So really finding out what's available is going to be a huge benefit to them because there's lots of different rewards that we can offer, and they are going to use them to their benefit. We see that 100%.
And, if they start here and they go somewhere that we might not have a physical branch, doesn't matter. You can still bank with us, right? We have our mobile app. We have online banking. You can transfer money. You can pay with Zelle, all of those things. So it's super efficient. It doesn't really matter where you are. You can always take us with you.
Absolutely.
And, some other things. Let's talk about rewards with our credit card. I mean, that's my favorite. Right now, we have triple points on categories that everybody is using, right? Gas and restaurants. Why would you not earn more as you're starting to build credit and go on that journey? And I know that's something that's kind of near and dear to you. So tell us a little bit about building credit in a smart way.
You're 100% correct that building credit for me is very near and dear to my heart. It's kind of what I've grown up at the credit union focusing on. And what's exciting about it is it's not just me who's excited about learning about credit and teaching employees about it. We have a lot of individuals at the organization, the credit union, that are very passionate about helping our members. And we are a lending credit union. So it's really important that everybody has that education and those tools because, as you were saying before, you may not know about it. Growing up, it wasn't anything that was really talked about in the household that I grew up in. And I just fell in love with lending in the credit union world. So I really dove into it, and I've had the opportunity to dive into it. With the type of lending that we do, understanding credit is very, very important. You may go to other financial institutions that the individual may not even see your credit report. They may not give you your credit score. And the decision is just made without diving in any deeper. But what we really do is focus on dissecting what that looks like and picking up the breadcrumbs to see opportunities to say yes to a member. And that's what we really teach at the organization to our underwriters, to our lenders, and our lenders to our members. So what they're doing is diving in, really getting the full story from the member and teaching them how they can continue to borrow from us in the future. So that's really one of my favorite pieces. As you said, it's a journey. It's not a finish line. It's not a one and done. So something that we look at the end of an application, or we say, congratulations. Now maybe keep these things in mind so the next time you do a loan, we can get a decision to you maybe even faster, or it's that much easier because you're continuing to build that credit.
And you mentioned credit score.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the nice things, again, with our mobile app, you can check your credit score daily, right in the My Credit Score section. And that's going to show you if you've gone up, if you've gone down. It's going to let you know if there potentially could have been fraud, if something doesn't look right on your report. It's going to let you know if you are in a position where you might be ready to take out a loan. It's going to suggest opportunities for you. And these are things that I feel like our young adults are really looking for. They're looking for that, hey, can you tell me what you think I might need? And then they can choose whether or not they want to act on it. But that's what's so nice is all of this is in the palm of your hand. Wherever you are, you can check on that daily.
Yeah, the mobile app truly offers an all-in-one stop shop for it. You can do simple transactions, but you can dive deeper into what you have out there and available. And it will give you those tips and tricks along the way, allow you to monitor what you have and just keep an eye on your finances. I think that that's one of the biggest things for our young adults is to know about their finances. I think where people get into trouble is they don't know what they're earning and they don't know where their money is going. So that can really lead to some hard times. So making sure that you have access to that and that you're reviewing that is really just going to go a long way.
For sure. The whole monthly statement, which I do still do, and I do still go through it, but most people aren't. They're checking their balances. They're checking their transactions on a daily basis. They're jumping in that app. They're seeing what looks right, what potentially looks wrong. And so it's so easy to stay on top of it. Mm-hmm. So as long as they understand what they should do, it's easy. It's easy to monitor. It's easy to stay with it. As I mentioned, you can be moving money through transferring, through Zelle, through all of those things. When you call us, I love that we still have a full service call center with local people. You're getting a real person. You're getting answers to your questions. If you don't want to make that phone call, we have chat. That's right on our website. Mm-hmm. That's so easy. We also have chat right inside of our, mobile app. So really easy ways to get with us, ask questions, get answers. I also love the idea of the credit card and the rewards and using them smartly, right? So if we are going to get that first credit card and we are going to build credit, why wouldn't we be building up those points and then using them to help pay down our bill or to maybe take that road trip or travel or whatever it is that you want to do? So what I like about it is that there are so many opportunities for our kids to get started and ways that we can connect with them that they want to be connected with. So, they can get started at fsource.org. Is there anything else that you want to share today?
I think that really listening to the advice that our financial representatives are giving them is really going to be key. Starting out your financial journey is not easy. And I think that it's supposed to be challenging. So I think that if people can stay disciplined, if they can make plans, stay disciplined, listen to the advice that they are being given. Like I said, the individuals that we have this is what they do every day. They live and breathe it. They see what's working for people. They see what's not working for people. So even if you have that situation where maybe you don't get the loan, or they need to make the loan in a slightly different way than what you originally looked for, ask the question of, well, what can I do differently going forward to make it a little bit easier? And they will spend the time to work on that, working on a financial plan, working on a budget plan with our members. It's not always going to be an easy journey, and especially starting out, it might be a little more challenging, but it'll really be worth it in the end to build the life that you want for yourself and you want for your family.
Great. I would say that for anyone who's in this age group or parents that have kids in this age group, jump on the website, check out Bonsai and Enrich. It's a great place to get started. Make an appointment, but these are all tools that either you yourself or your child or young adult can take with them wherever they go. And, we would love to be with them along their journey. So that's what I've got today. I'm really happy that Amanda joined us and shared her knowledge and her tips and tricks. And we really appreciate you being here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. I always love spending time with you.